about Jalil Hackett before we signed him. Kevin Rooney, our guy, you know, he said, look, there's a very, very good kid from DC, Jalil Hackett. People are talking about him as the next this, the next that. He's 21. And he wants a real fight. Like he said, he'll sign with us and he'll take a real fight straight away. So, like for me, when you're making an investment in a young fighter, to see him step up and fight a Pete Dobson straight off the bat in his 9th fight, I love it. But I think it's a very, very risky fight. Like Dobson, I think actually gained a lot of confidence out of the Conor Benn fight because he realised that actually he can mix at that level. You know, he lost most rounds, but he was competitive. His defence was good. And I think if he's more aggressive in this fight, he could have success. So I love it. I think it's a 50-50 fight.
So what do you think about the face-off?
Perfect. I mean, no, like you guys want, the fans want that kind of chat, that kind of interaction. You know, it wasn't overly disrespectful. It was funny. It was competitive. And I think, you know, you've got a 21-year-old kid there that's about to walk out in front of 14,000 people on Saturday night in a massive test. Like, it's not just is he good enough, is he ready for that kind of experience? And he could unfold and unravel real quick if he gets it wrong. And that's why I love the fight.
Saturday night,
It's a massive statement. I mean, look, Dobson's not a top 10 in the world guy, but he's a very, very good fighter. You know, he's a fringe world level guy. And you know, the momentum for Hackett would be incredible because of the platform that he's fighting on.
Saturday night, the return to consistent big-time boxing to Philadelphia, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, I've been obviously pleasantly surprised, but I think astonished is a strong word, but maybe with the size of the crowd on Saturday. You know, we were talking about going to the Leocoris Centre. People said, you know, this could do 5,000, 6,000. I said, no, let's go to the big one. You know, and to do 13,000. I mean, also, like right now we're sitting at around 12,000. Like you've got a situation where you've got a ball game on Saturday that finishes at 7 p.m. Like the momentum, you always do 1,000 on fight day, 500, 800. You know what I mean? So coming off the ball game, coming off the momentum of this city, we're already like to here, we're opening the top tier. We're going to be selling backwards. There's still tickets available from $30. You know, I can't remember. It reminds me a little bit of when we did Haney Prograde, but that was a bigger fight than Ennis against Avanesyan. So, you know, if we're doing 13,000, 14,000 for Ennis Avanesyan, imagine what we can do for Barrios or for Stanionis in a big unification. So the key, like, if Boots gets this performance right on Saturday, fuck, we've hit a jackpot in this city.
Obviously, when you signed Boots, you knew you were signing, you know, a worldly talent, an unbelievable talent. But you expect this, all this that came along with it?
Because he hasn't boxed for 5 years. Like, people will say, yeah, great promotion, and yeah, it has been. But also, it's not rocket science. Boots is from Philadelphia. He's one of the best fighters in the world, right? Philadelphia has a great history of boxing. Going back from, I mean, away from the Rocky Balboa films, talk about big names, big fight nights here. You got a ballpark there, you got a football field there. Like, I don't understand why, like, how people have not brought this kid to Philadelphia in the last 5 years, especially when he won a world title. So it's madness, and you know, I just can't wait to see his face. Someone walks through the curtain on Saturday.
As someone who's been working Philly boxing for 23 years, I agree with you. I can't believe that.
But
this is.
It doesn't always work out like that. You know, other people have bought, I know, Danny Garcia or Hopkins here, and it just, you know, it hasn't really worked. So I can't put a finger on what it is, but what I do know is, one, he's one of the best fighters in the world. So you're not just coming out to support a local fighter, and two, he's a good kid. Right? Good role model, good boxing family, dedicated their life to the sport. And I think when people understand that story, they'll get behind him even more.
Just real quickly, DuBois Joshua.
Good fight, dangerous fight. I mean, I make AJ the favourite in the fight, but at the same time, we know it's a dangerous fight. Two big punches for the world heavyweight title in front of probably what will be 100,000 at Wembley. So we can't wait.
Eddie, you have Crawford